A lot of white people believe that black people commit more crimes, but the truth is that black people are convicted of more crimes. Look at crack versus cocaine. Crack gets you way more time, even though cocaine is literally the purer form of the drug. More black people get busted for crack than pure cocaine, and more white people get busted with pure cocaine than crack. And this isn't an accident. Back in the Nixon administration, his domestic advisor even admitted to wanting to disrupt black communities by heavily criminalizing drugs associated with those communities. This was always about control, never about crime. The same system that used slave patrols to catch runaway slaves merely evolved into modern policing and mass incarceration. This is the system working as intended, and prisons are working with corporations in order to provide them with cheap labor, essentially slave labor. And bear in mind that many inmates are non-violent drug offenders who couldn't afford better representation. Sound familiar? Does it sound systemic? We need to boycott every corporation that profits from mass incarceration and take the money out of prisons. Poke around and see who uses prison labor. I bet you could live without a lot of those companies. A lot of white people.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Kakurash. Double honor to the apostles, the Great Millstone, and Sundry Brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. And these are things like literally been saying, through the spirit. All right, but now you got this guy, maybe Jake, but he looks white, so we're gonna say for the sake of the image, we got a white, so-called white guy bring out the things that we've been saying. So now, of course, to get more attention. Nevertheless, this is, hey, the Lord is gonna come judge this devil, man, for this shit, man. All right, that's why the scriptures call him the accuser of our brethren. All right, this man is completely against us. He set traps for us, and then hit us heavy over the head. This is right on top. It says, how about violent crime? Right? Then they say rape, sexual assault, school shootings, things we know who does that more, which we do. Then they say the world wars, 2 world wars, colonized many countries. How can we be more of a criminal than the man who is actually crimson? Which we read Isaiah, it tells you what? Your sins be as crimson. This man is red for a reason. He's destroyed the whole fucking world. But he made the world look down upon us and praise him. Did I turn the mic on? Okay, had to make sure. All right. But then it says right here, still not true either. Actually, whites do more violent crime. FBI table 43. Okay. And these are companies, I guess these are companies that profit off of prison labor, right? Which is just slavery, man. All right, because we're still slaves here. But hey, this is Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So he mentioned even one of Nixon's own came forth and said that their plan was to disrupt the black communities, man. All right, and this is nothing new. Just like Margaret Sanger, whatever the bitch name is from Planned Parenthood. All these things have been to fuck us over, man. All right, hey, this Isaiah 10. And 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. So they tell you that we're free, give us the 13th Amendment, but also part of that is, and once you get arrested for certain shit, and you're convicted, all right. For one, you're still a slave anyway, because we got a social security number, all right, and we're indebted from birth, so we're slaves anyway, subject to payments. We're slaves anyway, captivity. This is not our land. We're captured here. We've been captured, brought here, and never been able to go back where we belong. So we're still captives any fucking way. But with the 13th Amendment, once you get slapped with that them charges and convicted, hey, you're right back to us the literal, like, even on paper, you're back to the status of a slave, man. Okay? To get cheap labor, free labor, all that shit out of you in there. Okay? Straight up slave. And then the bridge you get, you gotta give back any fucking way. It's basically like you go to Dave and Buster's and they give you Dave and Buster currency that you can only spend there. That's what the American dollar is. Alright, it's made up shit, it's not real resources. It's Dave and Buster bucks so you can continue to get the shit inside of Dave and Buster's, man. But you have no real resources. You have no real stake in the place. Alright? But they made all this shit against us, man. Every single step of the way. Just like he described, crack versus coke. And that's just one example, man. Alright? This devil set many traps for the so-called Negroes, Latins, Native Americans, man. And this is Psalm 64 and 1. To the chief musician, the Psalm of David. Hear my voice, O power, and my prayer preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. So this devil comes together, they make plans, they have a council to come against us, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect son, they shoot at him and fear not. So they, of course, with the pen, they prescribe these grievances, write these so-called laws against us. But even the words of the image they put out against the Negroes, usual only put us in a negative light, which Jake do be doing some bugged out shit. All right, but only put us in a negative light. Okay. Make sure they come with different phrases, black fatigue, usual suspects. What's the other? How they be saying it? Like always crying, never wrong. Some type of shit. It's a bunch of shit, man. A bunch of proverbs. Niggas steal, which come on now, of course, that they will, but that's just not all Jake is about. But just every type of negative fucking proverb you heard about niggas, man. All the niggas sayings you heard Esau come with throughout the generations. I use the moderns. I can't think of the old ones anymore because shit. But they got these stereotypes. That's where the phrase usual suspects even come from. The set stereotypes they put out there, then when they finally see the bad apples that do it, look, this is just who niggas are. There's a video that's kind of viral right now. The street had buckled or some shit happened on the street. And a black guy's trying to wave the car down to stop. It's a truck. Wave the truck down to stop. It's an Edomite driver, so-called white dude driving it. And he didn't listen. Of course he didn't yield. And he fucked his car up. He hit something in the street. And he's walking back on the sidewalk and the black dude's like, I tried to wave you down. He say, what do you expect if I see basically somebody look like you in your color, wave and do it down, you think I'm gonna stop? Basically, like, but this is the image of the so-called Negro. It's just all negative. That's why they call us black, which we are dark skinned, but they don't use it in the sense of being dark. You know, they saying it in contrast to what they put themselves as, the angel of light, whiteness, purity. They calling us dark in the sense of evil, and that's the image they put out there, man. It's psychological. But let's keep going. Verse 5, Psalm 64:5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? So they do shit like put, for one, create a system of poverty against niggas. Alright? Then put a spirit of covetousness on niggas. Then make sure the image the nigga sees all the time is is violence, and to get ahead in some type of form, you need to do it this type of ways. Then they drop box trucks, all right, full of weaponry, and they have the trains where they have the trains and they stop in nigga neighborhoods so niggas can get this armory. Niggas walking around with military grade equipment. How? Well, because they dropped this off in the hood. That's setting the snare. Now, of course, a nigga took the bait and being wicked, going to do wicked shit to his brother. But Esau set that shit up. Esau taught you how to make crack, man. A nigga wasn't in the lab just, oh shit, let me, in the middle of the hood, oh, you put this with that. You know? Niggas, they know how to make free base and then just went to the... No, Esau taught this shit and put this shit out there, man. Gave them the tools to destroy the community and then bust them over the head. They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. So this devil knows how to manipulate you to go off. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. There you go. He is after the working of Satan, like it says in 2 Thessalonians. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, all that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in Yahweh and shall trust in him, and the upright in heart shall glory. Alright? So there will be a judgment for the shit Esau has done. But this man has manipulated Jacob into doing evil, tricked Jacob into doing evil. Okay? And then turned the camera. Look how wicked these niggas are. Well, meanwhile, you gave him the damn tools to do the shit. And then use that as a means to, like I said, disrupt the communities. Bring violence, division, ruin the core of the household. Take the fathers away. You did this shit, man. Now these niggas ain't innocent because they took the bait and they went right for it. So fuck them. But you did this shit and then pushed this image out there that niggas just ain't shit. Meanwhile, most modern inventions, niggas had a hand in. Niggas built this country. Alright? But that's not the image they're going to put. No, they're going to put the negative light out there. He is called the accuser of our brethren for a reason. This Revelation 12 and 10. I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, Salakia, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Mashiach, with worth that C word. Alright, Mashiach means anointed, is where the word Messiah comes from. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And that's what this devil does, man. He's painting his, making sure there's a negative image around niggas. That's why everywhere you look, if you're watching TV or movie, there's always no reason for it, but there's always a random gay, black, or Mexican dude. They make sure they do that and all they fucking bullshit. They have to keep putting this image out there of negativity on niggas. And I'm saying niggas so much intentionally, man. Alright? This is what they do. And it's part of the curse. It's part of the curses, you know. Only proving the scriptures right. Deuteronomy 28. and 36. Yahweh shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. Of course, that's Christianity and Islam, the main two religions, and that's what you Jakes are into right now, tweaking, serving a red, blonde-haired god. Murph said something so profound the other day. Y'all believe in a white man that loves everybody, and you've never seen a white man love anybody. Let that sink in. And then y'all serving this fucking the god of the Arabs, which is an idol. You serving a damn rock, but the god of the Arabs, who made, for one, you wasn't allowed to be Muslim for the longest, and then the ones that were and they shit were their slaves, they would chop your rods off and make you look over their women. Fuck out of here. And thou should become an astonishment. Here's the point. And thou should become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither Yahweh shall lead thee. So this negative, and this ain't just niggas. This is why Trump goes on the world stage and talks about the Mexicans being just criminals. So they all part of, y'all coming here bringing the fentanyl and all this shit. This is why this negative image is just upon the so-called Negroes, like Native Americans, because of the curse. They put all this bullshit out there about us. This country runs on the gas of America is Mexicans, okay? The fuel of the economy is niggas. The biggest consumers are niggas. The most working is people that do, wherever you look in whatever field of employment, the Mexicans are the ones doing the shit, man. Okay? But we're just the criminals. One group bringing the fentanyl, the other one selling it the hardest. This is because of the curse, man. And this system was built on this bullshit. To make sure we're looked at like that at all times, man. So this just shows with Israelites, man. Let me jump down and we can end on this. Deuteronomy 28:45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Because thou servest not Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. So there you go. This is judgment, man. This is proof that we're the Israelites under the curses. All the actual let's see, not benefits, but all the actual just usefulness you bring to the world, it doesn't matter, because they're gonna paint this negative image and then set up the system against us. Because we're the Israelites. It's just prophecy. They can't help but do it. It is what it is, man. Throughout any other captivity, Babylon, Media Persia, they kind of tried to, at some point, look out for us after a certain period of time, one way or another. Not here. Not America. Isaiah 47. They weren't going to have no pity, man. No mercy. And this is perfect, because that means this devil will get judged without mercy, man. But the Lord sees the injustice, and he will destroy them. Let's end it on this. Lord willing, the spirit like to win. Ecclesiastes 5 and 8. If thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in the province, marvel not at the matter, for he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. All right? So the Lord sees this, man. We ain't got to be shocked. We already knew this. That guy's bringing information we've been bringing out. And the Lord is watching. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shah, Ba'asham, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, Elder Great Millstone. And Satan, your brothers doing this thing in sincerity, truth, and with charity. Shalom, my Bible bomb.